All right, Dr. RJB here, and today I wanted to talk to you about protein and what is the best protein. Um, so, the question sometimes when people are exercising, they know that they should be having protein, and so the question is, what kind of protein is good? Um, now, there's something um, uh, that we discuss, which is the quality of the protein. Um, and this has to do with how easy it is to absorb. And also, the question is, whether the protein is a complete protein. What I'm talking about here is that there are proteins in the plant world which are missing some of the amino acids. There are about 10 essential amino acids that the body has to have that the body can't make on its own. And so you want to have a protein that contains all the essential amino acids. Um, uh, in some cases, let's say something like corn um, doesn't have all the amino acids that are necessary. So for that reason, you have to combine it with another protein source, which is beans. Um, Legumes have an excess of one of the amino acids that corn is missing. And I'm pretty sure corn has an abundance of amino acids that the bean is missing. So the two combined, and you got a complete protein. Um, uh, uh, Wheat is missing one of those proteins too, but if you put some peanut butter on your bread, you combine the protein with the peanut and the protein of the wheat and the bread, and you got a complete protein. So sometimes our combinations are accidentally done to complete the protein. So, beans and rice, beans and corn, good combination. Peanut butter on bread, good combination. Um, uh, so these are ways of combining, proteins to help the problem with the incomplete proteins. Um, Now, uh, uh, the highest quality of protein that there is actually eggs. Um, it is extremely absorbable. It has all the required amino acids, and of course, that's what the baby chicken needs. So wheat is really high in protein. I'm sorry, eggs is really high in protein and good quality protein. The the second best and also near the top is whey protein. Oh, uh, uh, if you've ever bought a big can of protein, most of the time it's going to be whey protein. Whey is, of course, the leftover from the making of cheese. Um, and whey is very easy to absorb in the body. It's a good quality protein, very complete, and so it's a great source of protein. Um, uh, a slight step down from that would be any kind of meat. Beef, pork, chicken, fish, all of these are great proteins, very easy to absorb. In general, because we're an animal, animal proteins are great for us. So the eggs, the whey, the meat protein, all are really easy for us to absorb because that's the way that our system is made. Um, uh, As a matter of fact, in Neolithic, Paleolithic times, the diet was very high in meat because meat is such a good quality nutrition. People could live on just nothing more than meat. And The people who are the first Americans in Alaska, they call themselves the Inuits. And those people live on mostly meat diets, fish, some animal meats. Their diet is high in fat, but they do quite well. And they believe that people, before farming, basically lived on a diet that was high in meats, with maybe a little bit of foraging for other things like fruit or something like that. But pretty much you're talking about a diet with probably about 75% meat. So meat is very high quality protein. Like I said, then you get down to the, plant protein. Now, people have said soybean is a good quality protein, pea protein, good quality protein, almond, you got almond milks, you got oat milks, you got rice milks. So these are believed to be quality protein. It's really not true. Again, plant protein tends to be incomplete, and also it's harder to digest than meat protein. So you have yourself a steak, and you will absorb pretty much all of the protein that's in that steak. But then you got, let's say, a bowl of rice. You're not absorbing all the protein that's in that rice. Also, the percentage of protein in grains is fairly low, so you got to eat a lot of grains to make up for that. And beans, even though they're a complete protein, they're hard to absorb. One of the reasons why people notice that they get gas from eating beans is that they're hard to absorb. So a lot of the waste from the beans goes to the guts, and the bacteria there break it down and form gas. So that's the reason why they're not the highest in quality. We can't absorb them completely. This is usually the problem with a lot of plant sources. They're a little bit harder to absorb than animal protein. So there it is. The best proteins, like I said, eggs, whey protein, milk protein are the highest. Down from that are the meat proteins. Last in line are the plant proteins. And of course, you want to make sure you get enough protein per day so that you stay in good health. Okay, take care.